The concept really comes out of a traditional Hispanic northern New Mexico concept of place and place in the earth. The term is la querencia, and it doesn't translate particularly well because it sort of defies the limitations of the English language, but the closest you can come to it is the idea of the place of one's heart. And I'd actually heard it through a storyteller in northern New Mexico. Happened to use it one time, and I was absolutely bowled over by it, because as I began to try to find out what it meant, I started asking people who were much smarter than I about what it meant, and it was great how the notion is almost like an onion in a way, in that you start peeling back the layers of it, and you begin to find out how deep the concept is. It's almost something that exists down in somebody's marrow. This is the place I need to be, because I am from here. I don't know in our culture that a lot of people feel that way. Our culture is very transient. It's very rare statistically to find people who lived anywhere for more than 7 years. You know, everybody moves on. In my own photography, I'm always looking for something that's not maybe obvious. You know, I'm looking for something that sometimes is oblique to what I'm seeing. So if I can take a photograph of something that points to what it is I'm trying to say, I'm much more fascinated by that, because it engages the viewer in some way to begin thinking about, why did he take a picture of this when he's talking about that? And it's a real subtle sort of thing. You may not notice it in my pictures, and not all the pictures were made that way. Sometimes it's just a frontal approach. You just see it and you make a photograph because it was incredibly beautiful. Sometimes it's the sign that points at something else. Well, I think to turn your question on its head would be to say, you know, where else would you put it? I mean, when you really think about it, you know, I don't know of another place in the United States that has this level of commitment to the memory of the American cowboy than this museum. And so it needs to be here.